What up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome back to the Nerdy Narrative and another weekly reading wrap-up where I just talk about all of my adventures in reading over the past week, what I finished, what I thought about it, what I'm currently working on, some initial thoughts on that, and then what I plan to read next. Let's just dive right into my completed reads for the week. I did pick up the essay in this collection called Many Mansions. I don't know why it's called Many Mansions because she literally only talks about two. It's one of those where I feel she wrote it in a time when there was a lot of talk about it, so there's not a whole lot of preamble or explanation as to what's going on here, but she talks about a mansion that was built for the governor of California, which I believe at that time was Ronald Reagan, and he never actually moved into that house. He and Nancy stayed in a different mansion. It wasn't as big as this one. I want to say the price of it was $1.4 million, which was a lot back in the day, and they just never lived there. And that, my friends, is the complete gist of that essay. Moving into my next completed read, I did finish the short story collection Pre-Approved for Haunting by Patrick Barb. I loved it. When I sat down and thought about all of the stories included in this collection when I was writing my review, I did settle on a 4-star rating. I really enjoyed the characters. There were a lot of characters in these short stories that I thought were very memorable. There are a lot of stories that are memorable. I will not forget some of these because they just stood out so much. There are 18 stories that are included in this collection. 6 of them are absolutely top-notch. Will not forget those stories. They are definite favorites. Of the remaining 12 stories, there were maybe 3 or 4 stories that missed me, or I might have missed something when I read them, but the rest of them I thoroughly enjoyed. There's so much to enjoy in a Patrick Barb story. For those of you with eagle eyes, you've probably noticed I have tabbed this collection, which is very unusual for me. I've never tabbed a short story before, but Patrick Barb's writing just strikes me so much. Some examples of things that I found myself tabbing were just moments of really beautifully written prose, quotes, important character moments, or the purpose or plot of the story that I felt was just narrowed down to this one thing. I just couldn't resist marking it because I know this is a collection I'm going to go back and read again. This is a perfect collection for readers that might want to try out horror for the first time. This is a great collection for those of you who like a little horror at certain times of the year. There's a variety of subgenres of horror explored here. Some stories blend multiple subgenres. There's just so much entertainment here. Definitely would recommend this one. It is out now, so you can grab yourself a copy. My last completed read from this week was William Friend's debut novel, Let Him In. I did read the advanced reader copy. This book comes out on October 3rd, published by Poison Pen Press. This horror story features one of my favorite elements: twins. I love any type of story featuring twins, especially when it's a horror story, because I totally buy into that whole phenomena that twins share this special bond. So I was absolutely in for this one, but honestly, when I got on NetGalley and I saw it, I requested it for the cover. The cover looked spooky. When I looked at the brief little description, it talked about twins and an imaginary friend. I was sold. I am going to do a full video review for this one, so keep your eyes on the channel for that. Just moving right along into the things that I'm still currently making my way through. Winter's Heart, book 9 of the Wheel of Time series. I am really enjoying my time spent in this one because this is one where Robert Jordan focuses primarily on the stories and development of some of my favorite characters. For those of you who have read the story, just to jiggle your memory as to where this one falls in the line of things, Elaine has made her claim for the throne. Min and Rand are on the run. Perrin is looking for Fael. Nynaeve and Lan are about to get involved in really something. And where I'm at right now has been a big chunk about Matt, and I just absolutely love Matt. Now, I do not like him in book 1. Absolutely could not stand him in book 1, but I am in love with his character at this point. And another character who I could not stand for several books in the series, I now enjoy because of what her story is doing, and that's Egwene. This book does not have enough Egwene. It's just enough to tease, but I want more. So definitely enjoying my time spent in Winter's Heart. Another one I don't believe I've mentioned in a while that I'm still working on is the classic Dracula, but I've really gotten into the meat of it now. I think they're about to figure out just what is going on, who Dracula is, and what he is about. And since I finished Pre-Approved for Haunting, I moved into another horror story collection by John James Minster called Revengeful Dead. As of today, I have only read the very first story in that collection. I I think there are 12 in this one, but the first one is called Snuff. We have 3 teenage boys who form the Practical Jokers Club, and what they do is they pull practical jokes, they film it, and they post it online. Now, as someone who makes content and posts it online and is monetized, there are some inconsistencies with how that worked in the story, so you do have to have a little bit of suspension of belief to believe that these boys are able to post this kind of thing anonymously and still get paid. It is definitely not as easy as it sounds. So that collection is off to a good start. Another book that I've started and I'm working on and I'm really enjoying, I'm about halfway through, is Jordan Darrett's debut novel, 12 Blades in Contempt. I've already flown through half of this book and I'm already wanting more. I am wanting so much more out of this book. It's a fantasy novel that when I first picked it up, I thought, oh, okay, this one is less than 300 pages. Awesome. Then I started reading it and I'm going, wow, Jordan, no, I want more. This could have easily been a 600-page book. So if you're thinking, wow, she wanted this one to be twice as long as it is already, that must be a good indicator she's enjoying it. Absolutely. That's another one I'll be doing a review for very soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. That's everything I'm currently working on. The 2 that I will be getting into next, I'm going to be continuing my Dresden Files reread. Next in that journey is Jim Butcher's White Knight. This is a favorite because of some particular things that are revealed that are hilarious, but also some things that happen that lead to other things. And it's so hard to talk about books that are in the middle of a series for people that are either early in the series reading it for the first time or those who haven't read it that are thinking about reading it. But fortunately for me, my husband is reading it for the first series. I think he's only 2 books behind me, so I've had a lot of fun talking about it with him and also getting his first time views. We were at Halloween Horror Nights the other night and he was about to get to a part that I just absolutely love in Deadbeat, and I wouldn't get out of the car until we at least finish that chapter so he could get to the part. And for those of you who have read the series, it's where Harry tells Butters what they're about to do with Sue. It was so good because Chris looks at me and he goes, they're about to do this and this with Sue, aren't they? And I was like, yep. Then I will also be getting into Jiggly Spot and Zero Intellect by P.D. Aliva. There's a giveaway going on for this one. If you didn't see my TBR video, I'll have it linked in the cards for you to check that out. The author is giving away some signed paperbacks. There will be some digital copies given away as well. How you get your name in the running for that is follow the author's Instagram account and sign up for their newsletter, which I will conveniently have linked in the description box down below. I am so excited for this one. I can't wait. It looks like it's going to be about creepy clowns and carnivals, and it's just the perfect time of year. This one comes out on October 31st. Because it's coming out on the 31st, the giveaway ends on the 15th, so the author has time to get these signed books to the winners so they have it for release day. And that is going to wrap up another week of adventures in reading. I hope I talked about something you're interested in. I hope you're excited for a couple of reviews that I'm going to have coming up here on the channel. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already. If you enjoy these types of videos and you don't want to miss another one, hit that like button as well. Thank you all so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.